Hi, I am Omer and today we have Mercedes Benz C-Class 203 Avantgarde for review. The car has been provided to us with the courtesy of Abdul Samad, who is one of our subscribers. A huge shout out and thank you to Abdul Samad for giving us this car today. Our Instagram is Bamwheels. You can follow us on Instagram if you'd like to see what cars we'll be reviewing in future. Also, we have a Facebook community group now. You can join the group if you would like to join our community. This generation of Mercedes Benz was introduced in 2000, late 2000, and it stayed in production till 2007. The generation code is 203. The car that we have for review today is a C200 Avantgarde, and it's a Japanese spec car. I personally prefer Japanese cars over the UK specs that we have in our local market. So as usual, let's see all the interesting features of this car and then we will take it for a road drive. So coming to the front of the car, these bean shaped headlights, at that time the E-Class had those two circular headlights. So this one being a C-Class, they gave these bean shaped headlights, and this design was really liked by everyone. Later on, a few of the sports models also shared this similar design of headlight. Then you also have over here you have this wiper, like the headlight washer. The washer is there. Mercedes hood ornament is over here, which is a flexible hood ornament because of federal regulation, because if someone hits the front of the car, this hood ornament would bend and it would not be the cause of injury. You have this old school Mercedes grille. Apart from that, you have fog lights in the bumpers. It's pretty standard the way it came from the factory. The bumper and the radiator grille is a specific design for Avantgarde. In the Elegance, which is the lower trim, they have a different design of bumper and the radiator grille. So coming to the side of the car, you have 17-inch alloy rims. You have these moldings with Avantgarde over here, written over here. These side skirts are also part of the Avantgarde package, and also the 17-inch 5-spoke alloy wheels. Apart from that, you have the indicator lights in your door mirrors. This is like a 2003 model, so this is like the one of those earlier cars when these indicators started coming in. There is very decent amount of chrome used, which makes the car look interesting. So when you enter the car, you have your power windows, you have memory seats and electronic seats. The door has airbags. You have these tweeters. When you enter the car, you have your mirror controllers with the retractable option, your parking lights. Now this is for the right side parking light, and this is for the left side parking light. If you remember, I showed you this feature in our earlier review of E-Class or W211. This is your handbrake, a 3-spoke multi-function steering wheel with SRS airbag. This emblem is an aftermarket emblem. This is not how it comes from the factory. The factory emblem is like a standard star. Over here you have an SRS airbag again. Your gloves compartment, it is a 2-tier gloves compartment. Now this is your door lock, ESP off, your headrest, like the rear headrest. Now this one is your, so right now you have an error code. Well, it's an old Mercedes, what else do you expect? These cars have error codes. So yeah, and this is your cruise control thing over here. Let's just see what else you get. So the car is driven 96,000 kilometers. You have a trip meter, audio off, malfunctions, setting to reset, R button for 3 seconds, after start, like various options. Over here you have your RPM meter, your speedometer, your fuel gauges on this side. Over here you have this Mercedes standard radio, then there is this aftermarket radio because probably the person does not want to disturb this one, so they just installed this. Your dual zone climate control is over here. Then you have your automatic transmission. This is your cigarette lighter and ashtray, I think. Yeah, this is the ashtray. So with the armrest, you have a smaller one, and then you press the other button and you have the deeper one, I guess. Yeah, and then you have these ambient lights, the rear one, the front ones, the main one, like if you want to do it with the door, the other way, you know, however. So yeah, this is for the rear light, like this. You can turn it on and off from here. When you open this, you have the mirror, which opens automatically, and same is over here, but this one has this thing still intact. Diamond pattern is avant-garde special. Coming to the back, again you have an airbag in the door. You have these things for your foot, like the space to rest your foot. You have the rear air vents, and you have this rear ashtray. Then you have this center armrest. Let me just show you. It comes with 2 cup holders, and then you have 3 separate headrests for each passenger at the back. Okay, so now I'm sitting at the back of this car. It is extremely spacious at the back. The headroom is very nice. The seats are extremely comfortable. The headrest, armrest, headrest, it all makes it extremely comfortable. And the leg space is also extremely decent. You have rear AC vents, and 3 people can very easily fit in, and if you try hard enough, you might be able to fit in 4 people in this car. Coming to the back of the car, you have C200 compressor. You have Mercedes emblem. This is a Lawrence's Sport something. This is like an aftermarket emblem that we like. An example, Pakistanis love emblems. The car has aftermarket exhaust as well. Third brake light is over here. Now if you look at the tail lights, these are very similar in the shape as the S-Class of its time, which was, I think, W220. Yeah, the W220 S-Class had similar shaped tail lights, and you can find aftermarket lights which would fit a C-Class, but they look exactly like the S-Class's tail lights. So that's pretty much over here. In order to open the trunk, you have this latch. You can open the trunk. It's an extremely decent sized trunk, and you have this piece that you can lift in order to access the spare wheel. Now this has like the first cover where you put all the all of your jack and etc., and the spare wheel goes under this. You do get the triangle over here, the hazard triangle, but this car has it missing. So the exhaust is original, and I'll make you hear the sound. Like you can hear the sound just in a bit. So these were all the features of this C200. Now let's take this car for a road drive to see how it drives. Okay, so now we are driving this C200. The car is powered with an 1800cc supercharged engine. The engine produces 163 horsepower and 240 Newton meter of torque. The visibility is decent, like the car is decently visible. So this is like a 16-year-old Mercedes. Being an old Mercedes, you do feel the age thing, like the display on the screens. It looks kind of an old school display. You are not used to seeing this kind of displays anymore. The car has a little bit of rattling sound, because again that is something with the age. But if I look at any other, like, I shouldn't be comparing it, but if I compare it with some a Japanese car which is similarly old, those cars would be more deteriorated compared to a German car. This car still has the feel of a German car. So if you go to buy one of these in today's market, you can get one somewhere between 1.2 to 1.8 million rupees, depending on the model, options, conditions. A lot of factors play in for that. Now, the maintenance, spares, all of that, that isn't very cost effective, if I say. So the things are expensive if you go to maintain the car, but like I always say about a German car, they are expensive, but then they are long lasting as well. So they have a longer life compared to that of any Japanese or other Asian brand car, if you would talk. The ground clearance is decent. The handling of the car feels okay. Let me just check. Yeah, so the car handles and accelerates. So I'm in the comfort mode and the acceleration is good. I have no complaints with the 1800cc motor and the kind of power I'm getting. That is really nice, and the car handles well. I feel confident. If I try to accelerate this car, I don't have a scare or fear. I feel confident doing that. Let me just try the sports mode and see how. Let me try the sports mode and see how it works. So now we are in sports mode. There is a minor difference. I don't think there is a lot of difference in the sports mode compared to that in the normal mode. But yeah, there is difference. There is a definite difference when you go into the sports mode. Resale wise, this is a post 2000 model Mercedes. Not everyone would buy it because people are afraid that it's an old German car, it would be very expensive on maintenance. But if you do buy one, you would have a good time, provided the car is sorted. If the car is a basket case, then it would be a never-ending nightmare. On fuel, it will give you 8 to 10 in city and 12-13 in the long run, which is okay considering it's an old car with 1800cc engine. The other cars are also providing similar kind of transmission. It's not like you get any better fuel average on other cars. This was all about our review of the C200. Please let us know in the comment section what you think about this review. Till next time, bye.